press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome back to another session of your grammar. Today we are going to study something that is again very light, something that is slightly easier than what is there for the rest of the portion. Here if you can see the pictures that are being laid down, what can you see? You can see dictionaries. Today we are going to study the use of dictionary and sources of information both together, so that we can have a slight connection to it. Uses of dictionary and sources of information will be dealt together. Now if you can see here, there is Longman Dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, okay, the Oxford Thesaurus. All these are the Collins School Thesaurus. We'll understand what is the difference between all of these. But basic understanding is, why do we need a dictionary? Now, I am pretty sure the habit of using a dictionary has reduced. We less tend to use a dictionary. Now, if you want a meaning, just type it on Google and you just get it, isn't it? The pronunciation is there, the meaning is got. If you have 2-3 meanings, everything is laid down, whatever is to be printed in the dictionary. But dictionary is always handy, a small one or a enlarged version of it. A dictionary is always handy for many purposes. We will study it in detail. Now, here are certain things, certain purposes of a dictionary. First is, you can figure out the spellings, you can make out the meaning. If you want to know the meaning of the word water, or if you want to know the meaning of sky, you have the spelling there, you have the meaning, you also have how to pronounce it. Pronunciation is important, isn't it? Water, sky, lake, river. How do you pronounce that? That is also being laid down. And other grammatical functions. If it is a verb, it's a noun, what kind of an adjective can you use there? Past tense, present tense, everything is given, isn't it? You have your subject, what is the subject? Sometimes examples are given, sentence examples are given, and they're told to you. Which is the verb, which is a noun, which is an adjective, what is the past tense, past participle, all these things are also mentioned in some detailed versions of a dictionary. And so, 4 basic functions, that is spelling, meaning, pronunciation and grammatical functions. Basic 4 uses of a dictionary. Moving forward, certain important points that I want you to keep in mind. First is, dictionary has things arranged in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D and goes, all letters of the alphabet till Z. Now, if there are words beginning with the same letter, for example there, if you can see here, able, action, advent, allow, all A and A. So what is being arranged? It is being arranged according to, see here, AB, AC, AD, AL. So the next letter is taken and then it is arranged again into alphabetical order. See the example below, allow, allowance, alley, ALL, again ALL. So O is taken first and then followed by Y. So this is how words are arranged. Now this is again information that everyone knows, but we are just brushing up on certain things which will help you in future. Now the spelling comes right after the entry of the word. Now the word allow is there and then the spelling will come and then the pronunciation. The definition tells you the meaning. Then if there are more than 1 or 2 meanings, the meanings are numbered 1, 2 and 3, like that. Now what can you look up into a dictionary? First you look up the meaning, then you find the translation. Sometimes we have Hindi to English or English to Hindi, Kannada to Hindi, okay, and local languages to English. That is why they tell, isn't it? Reference of both the languages helps you understand the word better. In case you are not very fluent, in case you are not having a grip on English language alone. If you know English very well, then one single English dictionary which gives you a lot of synonyms can do a best job for you. If not, if you're finding it a little difficult in understanding certain words, or if you're finding difficulty to know certain meanings you don't understand in English. Now if there is a big word, let's see allowance itself. If you don't understand what's allowance, even if there are synonyms given in English itself, you can refer to a dictionary which is made in a local language. A translation dictionary is available. So that can also be a function of the dictionaries. Check the spelling of a word. Okay, spellings are given, you can check. Then that's what I told you, plural of a noun, past tense of a verb, verbs, nouns, adjectives, how you can use them. Examples of the sentences are also given. Then grammatical information, all grammar related items that are there. Along with this, you can find the synonyms and the antonym. Synonyms is other additional meanings that are there. Antonyms are opposites. So synonyms are other additional meanings that are there, and antonyms are opposites. Now, synonyms in Hindi they say samanarthak pad. Okay, antonyms are virodharthak pad. These are synonyms and antonyms. Okay, in Hindi it's said like that. Then parts of speech. All your parts of speech are laid down. That's what I mentioned to you earlier. The pronunciation, how you must pronounce. Now if you remember articles that we dealt with, I told you about the and the. Now I have put down a chart for you, isn't it? A phonetic chart. That is exactly what shows you the pronunciation. I'll show you what it is. Then you can find examples. See, all this I have been telling you, but I numbered it again so that for your information you get it as you see what I'm trying to tell you. Now, look up to this picture over here. What can you see in this picture? See, this is what I told you. This is what that table showed you in articles. See here, definition. How do you pronounce definition is put down over here. Or whatever is given in dictatorship. See over here, dictatorship. Anything that is being laid down properly. What can you see there? Go up to that first picture here on this picture. See dictatorship there, or dictionary for that matter. We can understand dictionary better. See dictionary. A book that lists in alphabetical order and explains the words of a language or gives equivalent words in another language. Can you see the numbering there? First, see what can you see? You can see the spelling. Second is, this is a transcription. It's called a phonetic transcription. You can see a transcription that is there of dictionary. Then plural is IES. Can you see there written IES, plural form. Then it is numbered 1. First is book that lists and explains the words of a language or gives equivalent words in another language. Second again is numbered there. Can you see? Reference book on any subject, the items of which are arranged in alphabetical order. Alright? This is the meaning. So what did you find there? You found the spelling, you found the pronunciation, you found the grammatical functions, and the way it is, the meaning of it. So 4 functions did you find in this? You did find the meaning, the spellings, the pronunciation, and the grammatical function. So your work is go and look back to a dictionary and find out. Good Oxford dictionary, the Collins dictionary, okay, all these dictionaries have these detailed versions that are there. You can look up to one among them. Moving on, that was what is a dictionary and how you use it. Now, before, if you want the word, let's take the word atlas. You want to know what's an atlas. So you will search in A. If there is A again, AT again, you will go to the third letter, ATL. And when you find L, most probably in the third letter of the alphabet you do find. Now if it's AT, If it's mentioned at, attic, then certain things, certain words like that which begin with AT. If it's continuously going on, you go forward to the third letter L, and there is where you find atlas. Sometimes the dictionary is divided, where you get reference words below. It's being divided, the page is being divided, reference words of 2 pages are given there. So when you look down, you can make out, okay, that word is there in that particular page. So that is what is a dictionary and the basic uses of a dictionary. Now this is the next part. Why I clubbed both together is because it's easy for you to understand. Reference of a dictionary is also given here in this chart over here in the table. Yet other things where you can seek information just like a dictionary is what is being laid here. So that's a clubbing, and we can finish 2 topics together. So sources of information, the places where you can seek information or the places where you get information. First is an encyclopedia. We'll study in detail, but understand what is being laid down. Next is an atlas, the Thesaurus, a world almanac, a dictionary, newspaper and magazines, a title page, reference sources again where you can refer certain things, that is table of contents, glossary, index and bibliography. So we'll see the first one. An encyclopedia. What does an encyclopedia does to you? It gives you a lot of information. I'm sure at least once you must have read at least some things in an encyclopedia. Everything is arranged in alphabetical order and it gives you various topics, different topics. It's covering all topics and giving you brief yet very informative information. Something that can enhance your knowledge, an encyclopedia. Now, sometimes some definitions in the textbooks are given, Encyclopedia Britannica, alright. Certain things where definitions are given, where information is given. Now if they're talking about birds, they will talk about these migratory birds, they will talk about the process of migration, their process of mating, their process of having or changing places through seasons as migration, their food habits, how do they build their nests, little information everywhere. With related to food, again information is given. What are carbohydrates, what are proteins, what are vitamins, minerals, alright, it's given. If you have to figure out about certain historical places, again it is given. So it is containing a lot of information together, which is arranged in an alphabetical order, is encyclopedia. Next is an atlas. I'm sure you must have used one in your schools. What does the atlas do? It collects types of maps of the world, the country, the state together, which gives you a reference there. Now, in our school, we used to have, isn't it? We used to have a social science textbook, which we used to have a small map in it. Reference of maybe some historical kings who had conquered that area, or if there are districts that cross there, the road map that is there, everything that's laid. An atlas is one book that covers everything. It shows you your railway connections, it shows you your places, it shows you your districts, it shows you your states, everything, your food crops and everything that is there. Now go back to an encyclopedia if you have, and go back to an atlas and look. So this is a photo of an Oxford atlas of the world. A world atlas is, so everything is present in there. Next is a thesaurus. What's a thesaurus? Thesaurus is a little different from what's a dictionary. Though you find synonyms and antonyms in a dictionary, this book is separately. See this, Oxford Mini Dictionary and Thesaurus. So both is included in one. But a thesaurus actually means where you have antonyms and synonyms, or where you find antonyms and synonyms. Next is a world almanac. Now this is like some yearbook. If you have heard yearbooks that are there, they provide dates, okay, information about dates, events, holidays, rising and setting of the sun, and important details about the moon and important other events. Now this is this year's book, the World Almanac and Book of Facts of 2020. Every detail around the world is being covered in this book. everything that has happened in the whole year, everything that is planned for the future is also being laid down. And that is how you get an information about what is happened, how did it happen, why did it happen, what may happen, is like a reference that you get in a word almanac. Sometimes you have books that are for your states, sometimes that are a book for the country, okay, different. This is a world almanac. But if you have to state for the country, we have yearbooks, isn't it? Yearbooks that come, that give, or people basically use it for competitive exams. Next is a dictionary. That's what I told to you just now. Spellings, definitions, pronunciation, parts of speech. That's grammatical function. So this is a Collins dictionary. This is also a good one, along with Oxford dictionary. Next is newspaper and magazines. We have also lost this way of reading newspapers and magazines. But they are also again referred to periodicals, because why they are referred to periodicals is because they are published on a regular basis. Newspapers are published daily and the magazines are published maybe weekly. If you have heard about, see this picture over here, this is of magazines as well as newspapers. Now if we have the newspapers, the Hindu, the Times of India, Deccan Herald, and if you have magazines like The Week, Femina, all these are magazines. Magazines are a little different from what newspapers are. What do newspapers cover? Your day-to-day information, what has happened the previous day, editorials that are there, certain advertisements that are there. Advertisement magazines also have. But here very specific advertisement, very short. In the magazine, if you find one page of advertisement, in the newspaper also you will find it. But if the magazine is of Femina, you will find certain related advertisements there. In the newspaper, it's general advertisements. You can put up anything. Then you have a page that gives you for entertainment. You have your games there, you have puzzles, okay, that sometimes comes on Fridays, sometimes comes on Wednesdays. Different newspapers have their different days of giving these papers. Magazines give you a lot of information. If it is a magazine on cooking something, a book on recipes, it gives you a variety of recipes and it gives you also hints and tricks in case you want to do something. A beauty magazine, a magazine on cars, or magazine on gadgets. Okay, so certain things are there. It may be a thick book or it may be very thin. That doesn't matter. But whatever is inside that does matter. So if you don't bring newspapers or magazines, if you have a library nearby, a public library, please go there and see the differentiation that is there. And try to read at least 1 or 2 pages of a magazine. Try to read anything that interests you. I'm not forcing you to read one particular thing. Anything that interests you is well and good. Read anything from the newspapers or from the magazines likewise. Next is a title page. The title page contains the title. See now here, Queen of the Clueless. A guide to reading and writing Japanese. That's the title. The author, name of the author. Okay, where can we see the name of the author? Here, see. Okay, Mina V. Esgura. Okay, then okay, in that we don't have. So author, then publisher. Publisher you can see here. See here, this is the publishing house, a publisher, Tuttle Publishing. Then what do you see next? Place of publication. You can see the place of publication here again. Okay, Boston, Roland, Vermont and Tokyo. Here you can see Quezon City, Philippines. Alright, Bright Girl Books. Alright, Bright Girl Books. That was place of publication. Copyright page is this one. This copyright page, you're not supposed to copyright or photocopy them. See, it's written very clearly. No part of this publication may be reproduced, distributed or transmitted in any form or any means, including photocopying, recording and etc. whatever is written. This is there in every book. Open the book and see a copyright page. Alright, if in case you do certain things, you are entitled for the legal actions that are there. Then the city of publication, again if you can see here, the Queensland city, alright, city of publication, sometimes written, sometimes the name of the country is written. Then other information that is there. Other information is over here, see here. The 1850 basic characters and the Kana syllabaries, and here additional information is revised edition, or sometimes additional information is dedicated to, the books dedicated to, alright. So what do you find in a title page? The title, the author, the publisher. Publisher is name of the publisher sometimes, or the publishing house. The place of publication, copyright page, date of publication. Here date of publication is not mentioned, but in certain books date of publication is also mentioned. Then city of publication, I showed you city of publication over here. Then other information that is there. Open any book, your textbook also for that matter, no problem. Everything is laid down. But if you see a novel or if you see self-help books properly, all these things are perfectly written. This is a title page. Then certain reference sources are there. Reference sources are where you can refer. Now if you have the glossary, the meaning section, where you can find meanings or synonyms, alright, the glossary section, that is. Contents is what is there inside the book, whatever is there. See here, chapters are given 1, 2, 3, 4, and whatever contents are there in the book or any textbook. Now your textbook also has laid, isn't it? Gentleman of the Jungle, the Schoolboy, Oru Manushan. What is that? That is whatever is there inside the textbook. This is bibliography, where you mention the name of the author, the name of the book, okay, the name of the book here, and the place, New York, publishing house, and the year, and it is in print. This is how you write. This is a bibliography where you write the name of the author. The name is written here and there. There are two styles of writing it, the APA style and the MLA style. Alright, all names are inverted. Now, if my first name here is Michelle D'Souza, it's written D'Souza.m or something like that in two different styles. So your names also go like that. Just have a reference to one of the pages if somebody has referred anywhere. So the author's name, the title of the book, the little book of plagiarism, where is the, this is the publisher, city of, place of publication, and the publisher, Panathon Books, publication date, okay, or year, and it is in print. This is bibliography. Next, table of contents. Table of contents shows you what are the chapters that are there, specific page numbers, then, okay, page numbers are written twice, glossary and index. Basically, this is what it is containing together, saying that everything is there. And these are all categories of reference sources. Don't get confused. These are all categories of reference sources. Table of contents. Then what is a glossary? Glossary is where you find your words that are difficult in the textbook. Where do you find? In the glossary. Along with what? Along with the definition. Now here you see, if you see chlorophyll, green pigment found in most plants and algae, which is vital for photosynthesis, okay, and etc. So you find the word that is there in the textbook. Chlorophyll word is there in the textbook, so it's written here in the glossary for you for a definition and for your reference. Now this is always found in the last pages before the index page, and it is in alphabetical order. Then finally comes the index. Index also has everything that shows you in alphabetical order. It also gives you the page number and information about the book. This is in the end. If you take some good science textbooks, or if you take books that are used for competitive exams, all these features can be found. Textbooks may not find it properly, but certain books have it laid down. All reference sources cannot be put together. Some are there, some are not there. Sometimes all are there. Alright. So go back, I am going back, just having a look at things. Here We spoke about encyclopedia, which gives you a lot of information. Atlas is for the maps of the world and everywhere. Thesaurus, book of antonyms and synonyms. A world almanac, again information about the entire world and sometimes regard to your country. A dictionary is where you find your meanings and other functions like spellings, pronunciation and grammatical functions. A newspaper and a magazine is like the Times of India, the Week, the Frontier, alright. Title page. Title page is the name of the book, the name of the author, the publishing city, publishing house, year. Then reference sources. Under the reference sources, all these come. Table of contents, glossary, index and bibliography. Let us have a look at it again. Okay. Reference sources. See. Table of contents. This is glossary. Table of contents, bibliography. Then table of contents is again explained for you. See, can you see here 1 to 8 is mentioned and what is there inside that is also mentioned. Then is glossary, again alphabetical wise you have your, can you see that alphabetical wise there? A, okay, we cannot see B, C is arranged. Then is finally is the index. Now, for you to understand it better, I want you to go and refer certain things. I want you to go and look up to a book than reading what is there in your workbook or seeing these pictures. The effort that you put in to see it will make you remember better. So your hands-on experience should be there. Then I can show you pictures. I can show you many more pictures. It's all there available. You can read the workbook. I can also tell it to you reading the workbook. But when you go and search, it will just take you 5-6 minutes. Just see where's the index page, if there is a glossary, if there is a table of contents, if there is a bibliography, check all of these. Alright. Atlas, a thesaurus, a dictionary, I suppose you have it at home. Just have a look at it. Alright. Thank you very much, students, for listening.